KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, serving Guam for 80 years. Matson celebrating the 75th liberation with the people of Guam. Biba Guam. Cars Plus, reminding you to put your phone down while driving. Distractions won't get you there. Heads Up Guam. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And steaks, ribs, seafood, and our famous fresh garden bar, Ruby Tuesday. Good times you can taste.
Right now on Primetime, a man who led GPD officers on a high-speed chase and fled on foot into Andersen Air Force Base was shot by base security. Plus, today was the official deadline for all sexual proofs of claim to be filed relative to the allegations of clergy sex abuse. And are senators attempting to pass legislation that's already law? We've got the latest from Session Floor.
Good evening. I'm Julius Santos. The Air Force Office of Special Investigation has launched an investigation following the shooting of a suspect police were pursuing in a home invasion case that was eventually captured on Andersen Air Force Base.
Andersen Air Force Base Public Affairs says a suspect involved in a home invasion and sought by police last night was found on base at around 6:35 this morning. According to a press release during the apprehension, the suspect responded aggressively and stabbed a Department of Defense Security Forces member. The suspect was then shot by base security during the altercation. As we reported last night on KUAM social media platforms, the incident started after a report of a home invasion along Ipao Road, which was followed by a high-speed chase and the base being placed on lockdown. Police spokesperson Paul Tapau.
As the officers were about to leave the area, they noted the vehicle. The responding officers then made numerous attempts to effectuate a traffic stop. However, the suspect vehicle was a silver SUV, took officers on a pursuit which started from the Tumuning proper up to the Dedado proper and up to the Jigo Andersen area, where the suspect vehicle, the silver SUV, actually entered the Andersen Air Force Base property through the barriers and collided with a mechanical barrier. The suspect then fled in the jungle lines. Now, extensive search was made both in the Andersen property and of course the exterior side of the fence with the government of Guam side. During the course of the search, our officers weren't able to locate the suspect.
According to Andersen's press release, the suspect was transported by ambulance to a civilian hospital. His name and condition have not been released. The condition of the civilian security force member who was stabbed was also not released. Andersen Air Force Base Public Affairs says an investigation is underway and that the Air Force's Office of Special Investigation is working with the base's security forces and GPD. Tapau confirms, however, CID detectives are only investigating the home invasion portion of the case. Meanwhile, 36th Wing Commander Brigadier General Gentry Boswell says they are proud of their partnerships in place and for the swift actions taken by their security forces members in conjunction with local law enforcement. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Sabrina Salas. Matsunani.
There's a typographical error in the motion to suppress evidence for Brandon Acosta, the man who faces murder and rape charges for the death of 15-year-old Tamika Nauta. The shorts are not brown, but allegedly are gray. These clothing items, along with slippers, are the evidence that Acosta's attorney, William Pohl, is asking to be suppressed from the new rape charges that he pled not guilty to last month. In addition, Attorney Pohl stated he would be filing a second motion tomorrow morning under seal. A continued motion hearing for this matter is set for August 21st, and a criminal trial date is undetermined. Robert Afeisen appeared in federal court today and entered a guilty plea. According to a signed plea agreement, he agreed to plead guilty to possessing 5 or more grams of cocaine hydrochloride with intent to distribute. The charges stem from a Mandanya Task Force raid in May of last year, which was said to be the largest cocaine bust in Guam. One defendant has entered a plea, and the other 4 were back in court Wednesday. Jerica Aradanes, Miguelito Bataclan, Ramil Gonzalez, Ronald Bayon, and Madonna Maguelfor were all arrested last month after a drug raid in Dedado. Aradanes signed a charge of plea agreement that sentences 2 years of probation, while Bayon and Gonzalez are in negotiations. As for Bataclan, he remains a patient at GMH, and his attorney, Nicole Cruz, filed a motion for dismissal. And Maguelfor's attorney filed a motion to suppress evidence resulting from an illegal search. The August 28th jury selection has been vacated, and Judge Sokola scheduled a return for August 26. Well, as part of the Archdiocese of Agatia's bankruptcy case, 5 p.m. today was the official deadline for all sexual proofs of claims to be filed with the District Court of Guam related to allegations of clergy sex abuse. More than 220 claims have been filed, and in the past 4 days, KUAM has learned of several new complaints that were filed in the District Court of Guam, 2 of which are new allegations of sexual molestation perpetrated by former Archbishop of Agania, Anthony Aparon. According to a complaint filed by SSS to protect his identity, he alleges that when he was a minor between 1987 and 1988, Aparon tied his hands to a pew in the small chapel at the cathedral and sexually molested him. In another complaint filed by an individual identified as WWW, he alleges that while he was an altar boy in Agate and Aparon was the parish priest, he alleged sexually molestation for more than 30 times. In April, Aparon was stripped of his title and exiled from Guam after Rome upheld its verdict finding him guilty of sexual abuse against minors. Following the verdict, Aparon maintained his innocence, claimed he was a victim of a group plotting to destroy him. Additional complaints were filed against Father Andrew Manetta, Father Raymond Cepeda, and Father Daniel Cristobal. And the Rotary Club of Guam today invited a guest speaker to talk about his criticism of clergy abuse on Guam. You don't leave Jesus for Judas. This was Tim Rohr's message to both critics of the Catholic Church as well as those who may be losing their faith in light of the sexual abuse cases that have been filed against the Archdiocese of Agatia. Rohr has been a watchdog of the Archdiocese of Agatia's numerous issues from mismanagement to sexual abuse on his blog Jungle Watch. Throughout the years, he has managed to gain the attention of the community due to the millions of views that his blog has garnered. When asked what the members of the church can do about mitigating future cases, he stressed bringing the focus back to the family unit.
All the institutions, schools, churches, everything have proven to us we can't trust them. And that's kind of a good thing because it puts everything back to the family where it's supposed to be in the first place. That's God's design. And that's the only way we're going to be able to save our children from the whole horrors that that we're seeing, is for parents to start being parents again. Now, when that'll happen, I don't know. We're 2 generations removed now from responsible parenthood, where we depend on the government or the church or whatever.
Rohr says he believes things will actually get worse moving forward. He claims that most of the priests on island knew what was going on but remained silent. However, Rohr is disappointed that after the scandal was brought to light, he pointed out that there was no public apology.
Nobody has said, look, I'm sorry, I did know about this and I didn't do anything, I was afraid, whatever. But nobody said a thing. Everything's quiet like it never happened. We're just going on like we're planning the next fiesta.
Walter Denton, a victim of former Archbishop Anthony Aparon, was a guest today at the luncheon. He explains what finally gave him the courage to follow through with what had been bottled up inside him for more than 10 years.
How I came out, for years I carried this burden with me, and I've been wanting to come out for a long time. What inspired me to come out was a family member was in a discussion at a funeral. And when I heard one of my family members saying that I was abused or I was sexually abused by Aparon, I turned around and I looked at him and I said, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Me too."
Eventually, Denton wrote a letter directly to the Vatican, and now he continues to share his ordeal in hopes that he can encourage anyone else who may be a victim to report the crimes being committed to them. We asked him if he had a message to anyone who may be an abuser.
You will get caught. You will get caught.
Be on the lookout for the podcast on our KUAM podcast network with both Rohr and Denton, who will be sharing their full story with us. The Guam Police Department, the Guam Community College, and the Mayor's Council of Guam held a press conference this afternoon for the upcoming Neighborhood Watch Program Summit. With all the break-ins, thefts, and robberies the island has been experiencing, GPD and the community have come together. At the summit, residents can find out how they can connect with their Village Neighborhood Watch program and see what products are offered to increase their home security to ensure their loved ones are safe. The summit takes place on Saturday, August 17th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the GCC Multipurpose Auditorium Building 400. In other news, are senators attempting to pass legislation that is already law. Session got bogged down this afternoon over Senator Mary Torres' bill to lift the 6-child cap on foster care homes. While the measure appears to have strong support, Senator Tello Taitigui said the compiler of laws confirms there's already a law that does much the same thing, except that it's never been codified. She says the Torres measure would simply duplicate that.
Now, I have no problem with supporting increasing the amount of individuals, 6 children per foster care based on the the director of the Bureau's discretion. I have no problem toward that. What I have a problem is the way this is compiled. This bill says to add a new Article 9 to Chapter 1, Division 1 of Title 26, when, Madam Speaker, there is already an Article 4, Chapter 9.
Taitigui later clarified that upon further consultation with the compiler of law, she was advised that if they do pass the bill, it will supersede the previous law passed some 26 years ago. But her motion to send the measure back to committee failed. The Torres measure was passed into the voting file. Legislative session will continue tomorrow morning. Well, stick around for more news here on Primetime. You are watching KUAM.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
Are you ready for some family summer fun? Sagua Manyago is having their 5th annual Kids Carnival. Come to the Governor's Complex in Adaloop on Saturday, August 17th. Enjoy the end of summer fun from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Free admission and entertainment with children activities, music, dancing, and much more. Sagua Manyago Carnival on August 17th at the Governor's Complex in Adaloop. Special thanks to Bank of Guam, Addis Trust and Investment, Cabo Select Care, Take Care, GTA, Stay Well, Matson, and our community sponsors.
Now there's a technology that's lighting the way to a new mortgage for people all across Guam. Introducing Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's leading lender. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii lets you apply for a home loan anytime from any device, making the mortgage and refi process faster and easier. Or work hand in hand with one of our residential loan experts. So put the power of choice and control in your hands. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
Half the day, I'm in the club.
Half a day, welcome to Two Lovers Point.
Half a day, I'm in the club.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
With regional headlines, here's KSPN 2 News.
Hafa Guam, here are the headlines for CNMI. Do you need a ride to work, a ride to the grocery store, to see a friend or relative, or just a ride to anywhere on the island? Well, starting next month, that is about to be a lot easier to access, as Digital Saipan is launching the island's first ever rideshare platform.
Our dream is that we want to help the place that we live and love, and we want to make sure that everyone has safe transportation that they can count on the reliability of.
It's called Island Ride, similar to the popular ride shares like Uber and Lyft, but specifically made for Saipan.
We see that in the market that ride shares are growing. It's one of the fastest growing businesses around the world. We see many types of them. We see Didi in China, Grab in the Philippines that our Filipino residents would be familiar with, Lyft and Uber in the mainland United States and across many of the islands already.
And is going to be accessed through an app, just like the other popular rideshare programs.
That it's what we'd call a three-legged app. Ours will eventually become a four-legged app. That you have an app for the drivers, an app for the passengers, and eventually we'll have an app for the market situations as well, whether that be restaurants, grocery stores, or furniture stores. And then the fourth leg, of course, goes through our server and our app so we can tie them all together.
Robert says pricing for these rides will reflect the market.
If there's, say, 30 cars on the road and 2 passengers, to attract drivers to get off the road and to go spend time doing else, the price will be essentially very, very low for the passengers. If there's 100 passengers requesting and 3 cars, of course the price will raise to attract more drivers to get on the road so that the market will always match the fleet of vehicles.
And if you are searching for a full-time job or just a way to make some extra cash in your spare time, well, you're in luck, because at this time, operators of Island Ride are searching for drivers.
If you see our website, there will be a list of qualifications and requirements that we have. Of course, our main priority is on safety. So we want to see that every driver has insurance, particularly insurance that isn't just restricted to personal use. Covering even just the barest liability is fine for now. We also want to see the drivers go through a background check, be vetted. We want everyone to be safe. We want them to know that our drivers are safe to get in the car with. We want the driver to further give us a copy of his driving record and his driving license. And if they've been on island for too short of time for a decent police clearance, under 3 years, we request 3 personal references that aren't related to them.
Also, drivers must use their own vehicle that has to be in good condition and under 5 years old. And how's the pay, you may ask? Well, a large percentage of the income generated from the ride will go directly to the driver.
The driver is one of our 2 key assets, the passenger being the other one. But because of that, we don't exist without our drivers. We give our drivers 80% of the share. We only take 20% to maintain software and to publicize the ride.
If you are interested in becoming a driver for Island Ride, contact Robert Exley at 670-287-9758 or by email robert@digitalsaipan.com and check out their website at digitalsaipan.com. Robert says they hope to expand the service to delivery of food, groceries, items, moving, and much more, and even bring the service to the islands of Tinian and Rota. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Ashley McDowell. For more news, visit saipantv.com. For KSPN2 News, I'm Ashley McDowell.
Awarded a $3.7 million grant to help fill gaps in caring for Guam's elderly community, and more specifically participants that suffer from Alzheimer's disease and related dementias in Guam, the Federated States of Micronesia, and the Marshall Islands. 2 years ago, there was an outcry from families, caregivers, and staff members for dementia training on Guam, says one of the project directors, Margaret Hattori Uchima, and they did not have the resources readily available.
So in fact, after 2017, we didn't continue that, but we knew in our hearts that, you know, this is a horrible need in the community, and how could we meet it? So when the notice of funding announcement came out, we were very, very excited. We hope that programs such as KUAM will contribute to increasing the quality of the healthcare workforce, as well as increasing the number of nursing assistants.
According to the Guam State Office on Aging, the island projects a 15% increase in the elderly population from 2015 to 2020. In writing the grant application, Hattori Uchima says the hardest part was getting the number of patients with dementia on Guam, and that it's still unknown. She says the problem is that people are not being diagnosed. Well, once again, the Make-A-Wish Foundation is making a dream come true for a needy child. 15-year-old Patrick Ariola is heading to Texas for a kidney transplant, and he wanted his mom and 3 sisters to be there for him. Nestor Lecanto reports.
One of Patrick's other wishes was to have a meal at his favorite restaurant, and McDonald's was quick to oblige him. The 15-year-old suffers from a genetic disease in which his kidneys are no longer growing. He will make the trip soon with his family to a hospital in Texas for a kidney transplant operation. The donor is his stepfather, Peter Atalig, who was a match despite not being a biological relative. Patrick's mom, Rosemary Atalig, says it was a blessing.
I'm relieved. I'm relieved he has a second chance, and we don't have to look no further. According to all the testing, my husband is doing really well, and he can still be a donor.
And who are you thankful for?
My family, and especially my husband, for doing this for him. I'm thankful for everybody that stepped forward. I'm thankful for all the strangers that came forward towards us. I'm happy that a lot of people has given him the strength to look forward when he decided to give up.
And Rosemary said a very special thanks goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Guam and the CNMI. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thank you for that uplifting story, Nestor. And now we continue our Clear the Shelter series featuring families who have adopted pets from the Guam Animals in Need shelter in Jigo.
Miss Chloe was surrendered by her former family at GAIN.
Rose Eddy says it was after she and her boyfriend Gabe volunteered on a holiday at the Jigo shelter that he just went doggone crazy for Chloe.
He had a soft spot and he just kept talking about her after we left. And kept showing me the photos he took of her. Isn't she sweet?
Gabe's persistence paid off because the couple went back to the shelter and decided to foster her until GAIN was able to find her a home. At the time, however, GAIN informed her she had been adopted. That apparently didn't work out as Rose was given a second chance, except there was a minor faux pas.
Well, I go pick her up. I'm taking her straight to the vet to, get her vetted and everything she needs. And the director at GAIN emails me her paperwork. So I pull into the parking lot at GAIN and I open up the paperwork and it says 4-year-old Chihuahua. And I was like, oh, well, you sent me the wrong paperwork. It says she's 4. Chloe's 13. And Allie said, no, she's 4. I was like, you told me she was 13. Like, that was part of what got me, was that she's old.
As they say, age ain't nothing but a number, and eventually Rose decided to keep Chloe forever.
She now lives with us. She's very sweet. She's very scared to go places. I think she's afraid of being left there. But she found a home. She has a sweet canine brother, and she has 2 human brothers who love her to pieces. But that's our little Chloe story.
KUAM is partnering with GAIN to help find our furry friends special homes on Saturday, August 17th. Patrons of the GAIN shelter in Jigo who adopt a pet on this day between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. will be treated to free refreshments and giveaways, including gifts from Fetch and Mona Lisa Professional Dog Grooming. Well, sports is up next. Keep it here.
Make every day a plus.
Okay, so what are we thinking today?
Oh, I just need a trim.
Okay, well, luckily you are in great hands. Perfect.
The $1 stylist deal.
Is that it?
That's it.
Or you could get a real deal. McDonald's buy one, get one for $1 deal is here. Buy one of your faves and choose another for just an extra $1. Choose from the Big Mac, filet of fish, quarter pounder with cheese, and 10-piece chicken McNuggets, but only for a limited time.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I'll get to some youth basketball results from the Summer Jam tournament in just a bit. But first off, 3-on-3 highlights from the National Training Center in Teason. Check it out. 6 teams registered for the Guam Basketball Confederation's 3-on-3 co-ed tournament held at the National Training Center in Teason. The teams competed for a chance to represent Guam at the 2019 Youth Leadership Cup in Bali, scheduled for next month. A.J. Carlos, men's national team player and recent 3-on-3 Pacific Games gold medalist, will be traveling with the team. The format was first to score to 21 points or the team leading after 10 minutes of play with a 12-second shot clock in full effect.
This tournament right here is just to get the awareness of 3-on-3 that it's going to be in the Olympics, and it was in the Pacific Games, so it's just a good starter for the island of Guam to have 3-on-3 building up.
Teams competing at the tournament had to register their squad on the FIBA website in order to be eligible for competition. Players also needed to have a valid passport and have one female player on the court at all times. Carlos says the opportunity for these young players to experience off-island competition in the sport of 3-on-3 basketball is something the Federation is very excited about.
This is the second year that we had the opportunity to send out a winning 3-on-3 team to go represent Guam and Bali. The opportunity just to meet other people, friendships through the sport of basketball, you know, that's what it's about, the camaraderie, and just to get the experience as a player. You know, you got to see other games, other people play, and the games, what you need to be working on.
Earning the free trip to Bali to represent Guam was a team of Dylan and Damian Cruz and brother and sister duo Tamarian and Tanea Henderson, who play basketball for the Guam High Panthers. The team beat out players from Ukadu's basketball team. Congratulations to all of the teams that participated in the 2019 Summer Jam tournament played at the Tamuning Gym. 8 and under co-ed champions were the Dedido Yellow Jackets after they beat out the Agate Stars 32-24. MVP was Tristan Santos from the Yellow Jackets team. 10 and under co-ed champs Tamuning Typhoons. They got the win over the Agate Stars 32-16. MVP was Ruji Yasuda from the Typhoons. The Raiders were crowned 12 and under co-ed champions after beating out the Tamuning Typhoons 33-29. MVP went to Raiders player Jordan Madrazo. And the 14 under varsity champions were the Azcals after they beat out MCS Phoenix 53-39. Azcals player Jesse Torres was selected as the MVP.
You gonna answer that or just let it piss me off?
What happened that night?
We need to stick tight, tighter than ever now.
Permission to come aboard.
Don't be so dramatic, darling.
Hey, I'm ready to go.
It's time to bring you in.
Here's to me.
Introducing Triple J's Online Shopper, the new, faster, easier way to purchase your next vehicle. Explore hundreds of new and used vehicles in full 360-degree view. Get pre-approved instantly from the comfort of your home or office. Personalize your own finance terms and get top market value on your trade-in in just a few quick, easy steps. Buy with confidence from start to signature, and we'll even go the extra mile to deliver your vehicle to your home or office. Have a question? Our sales team is just a chat away for instant assistance. Click, pick, drive. Complete the entire car buying process with Triple J's Online Shopper and purchase your next vehicle at triplejguam.com today.
Can I just get a ride back?
MTO, professional janitorial services with a warm hospitality touch. MTO gives that gift year-round. Pressure wash roofs, pressure wash driveways, lawn service, home cleaning, carpet restoration, office cleaning, commercial window cleaning, floor care. When cleaning is in order, MTO has you covered. Call 647-6861 to inquire on how you can receive the maintenance you deserve.
MTO, celebrating 30 years with you, Guam.
And before we close out the news tonight, this is our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
Rain, rain, go away so we can celebrate these birthdays today. Happy birthday number 21 to Paula Caicedo. To the most intelligent, prettiest person we know, we love you, says the Lingao family. Also, happy birthday number 13 to Donovan Corder. Happy birthday, Donnie, from the entire family. Happy birthday wishes also going out to Zelaine Tahaji from your kids and the entire family. Anthony James Finotna III celebrates birthday number 26, and your family sends their very best and all of their love. Also from the Finotna family, Alyssa Jane has her 20th birthday. Your family also sends their love. Samantha Marley Barnett and Chase Barnett, happy birthday to the birthday twins, coming from the entire whole family with Bula Love. You can tell her loving daddy wrote this. Also, happy birthday to Kaylani Simmons. Happy birthday from Kurt and the kids. And lastly, on a stacked Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club day, Craig Andrew Camacho blows out the candles today. Happy birthday, big guy. We heart you big. Coming from the entire gang.
Now remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online on KUAM.com. Now please be sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. Well, that's going to do it for us here at the news, but stay tuned. Jason is next with Extra. Adios.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E. Explore your world.